Speedbird Charlie 137, ready for IFR clearance to RAF Gibraltar.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Faro Tower, expect runway 28, ORTOP 7 uniform departure with the ORTOP transition. Squawk 0730.
ORTOP 7 uniform departure with the ORTOP transition. Squawk 0730. Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Ryanair 486 X-ray, gate 324, request pushback.
Ryanair 486 X-ray, Faro ground, pushback approved, face east.
Pushback and engine start approved, face east, Ryanair 486 X-ray.
Speedbird Charlie 137 at gate 320, request pushback.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Faro ground, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback and engine start approved, face east, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Ryanair 818, uniform IFR to Dublin.
Ryanair 818, uniform Faro ground, expect runway 28, Evura 1 Victor departure, Evura transition, squawk 4403.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Evura 1, Victor departure, Evura transition. Squawk 4403. Ryanair 818, uniform.
Ryanair 818, uniform, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco Ryanair 818, uniform.
Departure checks completed. Bypass.
Ryanair 818, uniform, at ramp 432, request pushback and engine start.
Ryanair 818, uniform Faro ground, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Ryanair 818, uniform.
Locking gear.
TWIJet 32 Echo, ready for IFR clearance to Hanover.
TWIJet 32 Echo Faro ground, expect runway 28, Evura 1 Victor departure with the Evura transition. Squawk 3650.
Evura 1, Victor departure with the Evura transition. Squawk 3650. TWIJet 32 Echo.
TWIJet 32 Echo, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco TWIJet 32 Echo.
Please.
Ryanair 486 X-ray, taxi for departure.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Ryanair 486 X-ray, runway 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 28, taxi my discretion. Ryanair 486 X-ray.
TWIJet 32 Echo at ramp 212, request pushback and engine start.
TWIJet 32 Echo, Faro ground, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east, TWIJet 32 Echo.
TWIJet 3 Victor Mike, ready to copy IFR clearance to Frankfurt am Main.
Ryanair 818, uniform Faro ground, pushback approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east, Ryanair 818, uniform.
TWIJet 3 Victor Mike, Faro ground, expect runway 28, 2pix1 Victor departure, 2pix transition. Squawk 4034.
2pix1 Victor departure, 2pix transition. Squawk 4034. TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike.
TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike. TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike at ramp 210, request pushback and engine start.
Please set parking brakes.
TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike, Faro ground, hold position for company traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike.
Ryanair 486 X-ray, contact Faro Tower 120.755.
Contact Tower 120.755, Ryanair 486 X-ray.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, ready to taxi to the active.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, runway 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 28, taxi my discretion, TUI Jet 32 Echo.
Ryanair 818, uniform, request taxi.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass wing removal.
Ryanair 818, uniform, runway 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Right script.
Runway 28, taxi my discretion, Ryanair 818, uniform.
TUI Jet 3, Victor Mike, Faro ground, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback and engine start approved, face east, TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, ready for airways to Orly Airport. France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, Faro ground, expect runway 28, 2PX1 Victor departure with the 2PX transition, squawk 0666.
2PX1 Victor departure with the 2PX transition, squawk 0666, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf.
Speedbird Charlie 137, request taxi to the active.
Speedbird Charlie 137, runway 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 28, taxi my discretion, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Ryanair 818, uniform, contact Faro Tower 120.755, have a good morning.
Contact Tower 120.755, Ryanair 818, uniform.
TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike, request taxi.
TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike, runway 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 28, taxi my discretion, TUI Jet 3 Victor Mike.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf at ramp 321, request pushback and engine start.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, Faro ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf.
Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo on our way to Köln-Bonn.
Ryanair 66 Zulu, Romeo Faro ground, expect runway 28, 2PX1 Victor departure with the 2PX transition, squawk 5460.
2PX1 Victor departure with the 2PX transition, squawk 5460, Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo.
Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, Faro ground, pushback approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf.
Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo, gate 322. Request pushback.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo, Faro ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, Ryanair 66 Zulu Romeo.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Faro Tower 120.755.
Contact Tower 120.755, Speedbird Charlie 137.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, holding short, runway 28.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, number 2 for departure, hold short of 280.
Affirmative, hold short of 28 for traffic, TUI Jet 32 Echo.
Speedbird Charlie 137, ready for departure, runway 28.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Faro Tower, wind variable, fly heading 160, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 160, runway 28, cleared for takeoff, Speedbird Charlie 137.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, runway 28, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 28, TUI Jet 32 Echo.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, Faro Tower, wind variable, fly heading 020, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 020, runway 28, cleared for takeoff, TUI Jet 32 Echo.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Faro departure 119.405.
Contact Faro departure 119.405, Speedbird Charlie 137. Faro, Speedbird Charlie 137. Good morning, 1,900 feet.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Faro departure, good morning, identified, clear direct ORTOP, resume the ORTOP 7 uniform. Climb to flight level 140.
Cleared direct ORTOP, resume the ORTOP 7 uniform. Climb to flight level 140, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Eurowings 9 Alpha Hotel, contact Faro Tower 120.755.
Contact Tower 120.755, Eurowings 9 Alpha Hotel.
Faro, TUI Jet 32 Echo. Good morning, 900 feet.
TUI Jet 32 Echo, Faro departure identified, clear direct talk, resume the Evura 1 Victor, climb to flight level 180.
Clear direct talk, resume the Evora 1 Victor. Climb to flight level 180, TUI Jet 32 Echo.
Faro, 2 Jet 3 Victor Mike. Good morning, 700 feet.
2 Jet 3 Victor Mike Faro departure identified cleared direct for 613. Resume the 2PX1 Victor. Climb to flight level 180.
Cleared direct for 613. Resume the 2PX1 Victor. Climb to flight level 180. 2 Jet 3 Victor Mike.
Faro, Chanex 8, Papa Yankee. Good morning. Flight level 126. We have Alpha on board.
Chanex 8, Papa Yankee Faro approach. Good morning, QNH 1011. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 28 with the GET transition.
QNH 1011, expect the ILS Zulu runway 28 with the GEBT transition, Chanex 8, Papa Yankee.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Lisbon Center 119.55.
Contact Lisbon Center 119.55, Speedbird Charlie 137. Lisbon Center, Speedbird Charlie 137, good morning through flight level 118 for flight level 140.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Lisbon Center, good morning, radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
Climb to flight level 280, Speedbird Charlie 137.
138, Charlie Victor, contact Sevilla Center 118.275.
Contact Sevilla Center 118.275, Iber Express 38 Charlie Victor.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Lisbon Center, expect radar vectors.
Expect radar vectors, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, radar vectors, report, ready for descent.
Radar vectors, call when ready. Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, RAP Gibraltar Airport, landing runway 27.
RAP Gibraltar Airport, landing runway 27, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, descend to flight level 240.
Descend to flight level 240, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Sevilla Center 118.275.
Contact Sevilla Center 118.275, Speedbird Charlie 137. Sevilla Center, Speedbird Charlie 137, flight level 260.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Sevilla Center, radar contact.
Sevilla Center, Arabia Maroc, 335 Quebec, flight level 360.
Arabia Maroc 335 Quebec, Sevilla Center, radar contact.
Sevilla Center, Ryanair 63 Foxtrot Foxtrot, flight level 360.
Ryanair 63 Foxtrot Foxtrot, Sevilla Center identified.
Sevilla Center, 2Jet3 Victor Mike, good morning, through flight level 150 for flight level 180.
2Jet3 Victor Mike, Sevilla Center, radar contact, climb to flight level 360.
Climb to flight level 360, 2Jet3 Victor Mike.
Aeronova 5035, Sevilla Center, expect Bailin 1 Bravo, runway 31.
Expect Bailin 1 Bravo, runway 31, Aeronova 5035.
Aeronova 5035, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, Aeronova 5035.
Sevilla Center, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, leaving flight level 160 for flight level 190.
France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf, Sevilla Center, good morning, radar contact, climb to flight level 380.
Climb to flight level 380, France Soleil 60 X-ray Golf.
Charlie 137, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Gibraltar approach 130.4.
Contact Gibraltar approach 130.4, Speedbird Charlie 137. Gibraltar Speedbird Charlie 137, good morning, flight level 192.
Speedbird Charlie 137, Gibraltar approach QNH 1010, expect radar vectors for...
QNH 1010, expect radar vectors for Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1010, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, turn left, heading tree 25, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 325, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, turn left, heading 240.
Turn left, heading 240, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Speedbird Charlie 137, contact Gibraltar Tower 131.2.
Contact Tower 131.2, Speedbird Charlie 137. Gibraltar Tower, Speedbird Charlie, 137.
Speedbird Charlie, 137, Gibraltar Tower, wind 265 at 11, runway 27 cleared to land.
Runway 27 cleared to land, Speedbird Charlie, 137.
1000.
Speedbird Charlie 137, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Speedbird Charlie 137. Speedbird Charlie 137, request taxi to assigned gate.
Speedbird Charlie 137, ramp 2 taxi via Alpha.
Ramp 2 via Alpha, Speedbird Charlie 137.
Passengers bus is coming. Passengers bus is coming.